everybody, this is FlyingTaco, and this is my friend Big Biker 05.
Hello.
And we are Bronies for Chaos. Bronies for Chaos is a new news organization that says the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We believe that, if you only say the good stuff, you're able to get past something. But in order to prevent something from happening in the future, you have to learn from it. You have to be able to figure out, okay, what went wrong? How do we prevent this? So one of the things we're focusing on that the other medias don't is the bad stuff. That way we can learn and prevent it in the future.
We're brand new, and we're here to bring you the story of Unicon. Go ahead and take it away, Biker.
So both me and Flying Taco were there at Unicon. We were part of the $1,200 package H.
Yeah, the Diamond package.
Was it Diamond? They actually named it?
Yeah, it was Diamond.
It was Tom's package. Okay.
Yes,
so,
Tom's package.
We're going to start from the top. We're both part of the SoCal Brony meetup group, more specifically the Inland Empire group. And there was talk of drama going back months ago, 3-4 months ago, about Las Pegasus Unicon and problems within the Las Vegas meetup group, drama. We threw it out. I ignored it. At this point, it's like maybe I should listen and research.
Yeah, we should have looked a little bit more into it, but
we're gonna start from the top, and I have here my receipt for your payment to Las Pegasus Unicorn, 11/6/12. So early November, we decided we were gonna go, and this is all I got for my receipt. PayPal receipt, $1,200 sent to Lady Silverstar at wingsofchange.com.
Yeah.
That is Sandy. You could check that. That is her organization that takes in animals, I guess. That's what we heard. Not our ordeal, not our issue. We aren't going to go into that. And just to compare that, I'm going to show you my Equestria LA registration receipt. Much more organized. They have a third-party group taking care of, looks like legality, billing payment, application agreement, formal address for questions, email accounts we can contact, terms of service, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's all very professional.
Yeah, it's very professional legality and stuff like that. And once that followed later, you see all these emails right here. Contact at laspegasus.com. That is the staff of Las Pegasus, more specifically Sandy.
Yes, the contact at Las Pegasus Unicon, even though she sends everything out as the Las Pegasus Unicon staff, it's her.
And on here you can see, what is this, 10, 12 something emails from November to February about her requiring more information, badge names, what we wanted to eat at the celebrity dinner. She kept having to ask me, and did she have to ask every single attendee? That's a lot of work when she could have just had a simple, applet like every other website on the internet has. So
yeah,
more disorganization that we saw that should have been red flagged. We'll fast forward to Friday when or Thursday night when we picked up our badges.
Oh yeah. There was only 2 or 3 people working the booth at the ticket counter. There was several people there who were getting handwritten badges. These are people who pre-ordered, not people who are just coming to the door. If they were just handwriting badges of people who just came to the door and purchased, that's a different story. But apparently they started printing badges 2 days prior to that, and they were not finished printing all the badges. So some of them, including some of the talent, was handwritten in. Standing next to Amy Keaton Rogers, I'm sure. I have a picture somewhere of her with her badge on. And it's written in. It's handwritten. This is your talent,
As well as, many attendees, many musical performers and such like that. They had completely handwritten, Sharpied badges.
Yeah.
Um,
The press, Everfree Network just had press written in Sharpie on their badges as well.
security just written in volunteer staff.
Yeah. I've seen volunteer written on badges,
No,
security,
we
staff.
picked up our badges and we didn't get like a pamphlet or a brochure or anything. We had to ask about our package, and then we were handed an envelope.
I always get asked about my package.
Sure. Too bad you never get handed.
Oh.
So someone we were with noticed a big old box behind the registration booth with what looked like brochures. So we asked, and at that point we actually got brochures. Turns out Thursday night or Friday morning they actually ran out of brochures, at which point people were just getting the schedule. Problem with this,
Yeah, they were getting one-page printed schedule.
Many people paid a lot of money for advertisement in that brochure.
Yes. All the vendor booths were extremely expensive this time compared to the other conventions. It was Vegas, so there is, the whole price increase because of that. So that was understandable, but they did still pay for those advertisements that they were not receiving.
Part of our, I believe it was Friday morning, Emily Larson gave a presentation and say what's up to him in the hallway. And a guy walks up to him because he was supposed to have an autograph session right after. Guy's like, Mr. Emily Larson, where are you doing your autograph session? And he's like, I'm trying to figure out the same thing. I mean, these special talent, they weren't even like being escorted or anything.
Yes.
They just had to figure stuff out by themselves.
And that was due to, I guess, her volunteers who agreed to come originally never showed up. But she should have overbooked, I believe, on her volunteers, like other cons do. Equestria LA was, 70 on the back list or something like that? It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was something like that. I was on there somewhere. I don't know where I was on there, but I knew my name was not going to get called. I think I was like 40-something. So, yeah, I was on there, but they had this huge backlog of people who wanted to volunteer. And they never, nobody came around and asked me if I'd like to volunteer. There's people being pulled randomly, but...
Never took volunteer applications before the event or anything.
Yeah, never did.
Part of our package, we had vendor bits, we had food vouchers.
Oh, yeah.
And we had autograph vouchers.
Well, hold on. The food vouchers, let me just say something about those. It wasn't just food vouchers. They didn't just say, oh, you're going to receive food vouchers. It says your meals will be paid for you. So we expected, some free buffet or something like that. Maybe just one meal a day if we're lucky. Maybe a little breakfast, like a bagel in the morning or a donut. But we weren't expecting anything extravagant or anything like that.
I was expecting like buffet tickets or something.
Well, yeah, at least like a buffet ticket a day or something, something like that. Instead, we received $20 worth of meal vouchers, and they only worked out the Riviera.
The little a la carte line within the convention hall.
Yeah, that served
they had,
like fruit and banana and
hot dogs, sale sandwiches.
Yeah. They didn't, and they were like gas station sandwiches. It was yucky. The food there, the bagels were pretty mediocre, but they were probably the best item on the menu for me, at least.
It wasn't really dirt cheap for $20 to feed us for 3 days.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is it said there would be meals provided for 3 days, and $20. If you ever been to Vegas, if you ever been to anywhere in your neighborhood, it's hard to get 3 days of meals for $20 anywhere, and especially in Vegas. Meals there are usually $20 each time you go. So that was a little bit disconcerting. And then
you have the bits.
The bits were just pieces of paper that were written on. They were a cute idea.
Like this.
I'm sure somebody spent some time working on those, and it was a good idea because every vendor was supposed to be able to take them and get their cash at the end of the event for them. However, there was no money behind the bits. So you were just giving vendors pieces of paper in exchange for their artwork or their items or things like that. So a lot of vendors were not taking them because they had no clue what they were. They had no clue where to collect their money. They had, no promise in writing that they were going to be getting money from that. No contract stating that. So a lot of them weren't taking them. Rightfully so. I would not have taken them either. There were a few vendors who eventually started taking them when they kind of found out that they were supposed to be cash value. But good idea.
Very poorly executed.
Yeah, I hope I see that again at another convention in the future, but, well, it's for credit cards. Like, some booths can't accept credit cards, but you were able to purchase those with, credit cards, debit cards, whatever. So, that came in handy for vendors who don't have a credit card machine, and that's a very nice thing for people to do. It shouldn't be required for currency at the events, but it should be an alternative form of currency. I like that idea.
Now let's jump to the celebrity dinner Saturday.
Oh yes, oh yes.
We got to talk to many of the special guests, which was really cool. Like we said, at this point we noticed a lot of them had handwritten badges. I think we got that photo you mentioned with Amy Keating Rogers and her handwritten badge. That's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
At that point,
I felt bad.
Dinner, we were told when we bought our package, or we weren't even told, it was part of the package, a presentation at the guest dinner, at the celebrity dinner. That's all it said. Never heard anything else about it.
We were never told what the presentation was going to be, if we were presenting to them, if they were presenting to us, if it was just going to be a thank you. Yeah, if it was just going to be a thank you that somebody brought up to the front, like Sandy went up there and presented something to everybody. We had no clue exactly what we were supposed to do with that. It was never explained at all.
So at that point during the dinner, Mike the Microphone was hosting it, and he calls up Amy Keating Rogers and then another name. I assume that name. He said Amy Keating Rogers presenting to another name, which I assume was a sponsor. Amy Keating Rogers comes up. Then Mike the Microphone was like, I think I might have said that backwards or something. And Amy Keating Rogers just does like a thank you type little speech to everyone. And then Mike calls up my name, presenting to Andrea Littman. So I go up there, I whisper in Mike's ear, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never really been told. And I look at the paper he had, and all it was 2 columns of names, one with special guests and the other with who I assume are all the sponsors. So, Mike got a bit irritated and said some angry words to me, not directed at me, but to me, and sat down. So I just played off what I could and sat down. Mike the Microphone and Dutch Cat later went up and did a little speech to try and recover a bit from it. So props to them. Props to all those guys, the big Brony fandom people like that. They really helped out this weekend when the con staff could not.
Yes, they did. Everfree Network stepped in. A lot of the musicians stepped in. I've seen Silvo running around doing questions, for the Q&A session. He was screening questions.
While we're on the subject
as well as Mike the Microphone.
While we're on the subject, let's talk about the grand opening ceremony for the convention.
Oh, yeah. I could do this really quick. It was delayed to begin with.
About
it was delayed.
45 minutes.
Somewhere around there. It was delayed quite a while, and Dusty Cat walked up there to do the opening ceremonies and read off the pamphlet. Basically, he just got it like randomly. They handed it in the hallway and they said, "Can you go up there and read this right now for the opening ceremonies?" And he's like, "All right." So he literally had this pamphlet that he probably was seeing for the first time, and he just read straight from it. And then he read the schedule of events. He said, "Thank you all for showing. This is, Unicon 20.
Get out of here and have some fun or something."
Yeah, go have some fun. And then after everybody gets up out of the chair and half the people are already left, somebody comes running in going, wait. And he says, "We have a major change to make to the schedule." And Mike the Microphone's fan fiction reading was going to be pushed off until the last day instead of, I think it was supposed to be.
It was a Beauty and the Beast dramatic reading.
Yes, a Beauty and the Beast. That's exactly what it was.
That was
Beauty and
moved
the
to
Beast
Sunday, and
dramatic
something
reading.
from Sunday got switched. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
a
that's
couple
the
things
last
got
time we
switched
had
around.
any clue of the schedule for the entire weekend.
Yes, that was basically
And
it.
that was
After that,
45
the
minutes
entire
into the
pamphlet
con.
was thrown out.
And
Like, literally after that, they threw all those pamphlets in the trash and said, we're going to wing it.
apparently, because no one was getting pamphlets for the rest of the weekend. These pamphlets,
Yeah.
which people paid a lot of money to advertise. So, then comes Sunday. And come Sunday, everything went to hell. I guess hotel found out there was no money, and the convention staff, Sandy and Eddie, had no money. So
Yeah.
the hotel wanted to close early at 3 o'clock.
All the vendors were told to start packing up. I went in there, and unfortunately, I broke it to one of our friends. I draw ponies.
Yeah, the vendors didn't even know they were locking the doors
Yeah.
and not letting people
I broke it to him. I walked in there and I said, so I heard the Riviera's closing the con down early because they ran out of money. And he said, what?
Yeah.
Nobody has told me. And then literally as soon as I told him, a security guy walked over to him and said, you guys got to start packing up.
Yeah, at
The
this
Riviera's
point,
going to close down, lock up, and seize all property left.
at this point, they didn't even allow us into the vendor hall. We had to go in through the back door.
Yeah. We had to go through the back door. We were looking for the Bronies for good guys. We wanted to talk to them for a little while. Never caught up with them, but I'm sure they were extremely busy at that point.
We asked
So that's understandable.
Eddie, Sandy's husband, if he knew about the
banners.
the sponsor banners, which were supposed to be signed by all the guests of honors. He
Yes.
said, "Good question. He'll go look into it." He took off, and as far as we know, never
He
came
wasn't
back.
seen.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't seen from again. I seen him basically when the vendor halls were almost completely cleaned out. I seen him. That was one more and last final time.
Sunday.
Oh, hold on. I do have a clarification to make about the dinner. Tara Strong. She did not bail on the dinner. She did not get up from her table and leave early. She stayed until the end of the dinner. She did not stay to mingle with everybody afterwards, as I'm sure she was pretty hungry since her food was not right.
She
So
got eggplant. She's actually allergic to eggplant.
I don't know what the type of food was. I just know she was supposed to be a vegan. It was non-vegan food. So I just know that that's
she
what
didn't
happened.
Storm off.
She didn't
She stayed
storm
the
off.
entire
She wasn't
duration,
angry.
And
Oh, I'm
then
pretty sure
left.
she was angry, but she was probably more hungry than anything else. But she did stay the 1 hour that the dinner was, so
Yeah.
she didn't bail on everybody. She stayed what she was supposed to,
While
and
we're
then she
talking
probably
about-
left and got some food.
While we're talking about Tara Strong, they also got stranded at the airport on their way.
Yes.
Her and some other guests of honors. They were supposed to be picked up by convention staff, which never happened. Everfree Network talked about it during the Q&A. Apparently, a friend of a friend, Brony friend in Vegas, owns a limousine company or something, and they actually ended up volunteer out of their pocket, their own time, to pick up the guest stars
Yes.
from the hotel after they were there for an hour waiting.
Yeah.
Going back to Sunday, our food vouchers were now worthless. The hotel
Yes.
stopped accepting them. Vendor bits, the 3 vendors who were taking them were now no longer taking them, realizing they're
Yep.
going to get paid for the hundreds of dollars they already have in those.
Yes, and there was a really, really good artist there too. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his name right. It's like to Citra. He was taking most of the bits that I seen.
Pop up his Twitter real quick.
Yeah, he was taking most of the bits that I seen. He had a huge stack of them, and I feel really bad for that guy. I bought
360.
some stuff from him, and I draw ponies with those bits, and I know those guys are not going to get compensated. I feel really bad.
So,
but
check him out. His Twitter's right on the screen right now. Great guy.
Yeah, go
beautiful
check him
artist.
out.
I got a
Oh,
Fluttershy
wonderful
poster
artist.
right next to me, signed by Andrea Libman and himself, the artist.
His shirts are drop dead gorgeous too. They're wonderful.
Going back, autograph vouchers. Almost all the special guests stopped accepting these on Sunday
Yes.
once they realized
They were only accepting
worthless.
cash. Yeah, they were only accepting cash because these autograph vouchers that were being sold there was no money behind them at all.
You could even see and at that point, all the media networks started that fundraiser to raise money. What this money does, you could ask any media website. They aren't lying to you. They got video proof of it. That is paying the agents.
Yeah.
With the agents not getting paid, they're not going to let their talent go to other cons. What they were doing was their attempt to save future cons from
Yeah.
Sandy
They,
and the Las Pegasus Unicons screw up. That's what they were
yeah,
doing.
they were there just making sure that the other cons are going to be able to work out in the future, and that this con would not end future cons and ruin it for all the bronies who love these cons and enjoy going to these things. There are people who have been to almost every con. I've seen those people. I really wish I could go to more cons than just. I've been to 2. I really wish I could go to more, but I couldn't imagine going to that many.
So we've seen Sandy's response on LasPegasUnicon.com.
Yes,
I have
and
that
that
up right now. I've had it up earlier.
that
Also, I believe we are
was
the only ones to get an official statement from the hotel.
yes.
This is from Dave Zwellfield. He's the vice president of something somewhere on the screen. You can pause the video. You can read the letter. Do that right now. Pause the video. Read the letter. Basically, what it says is Revere loves Bronies. They do their best to maintain good faith and best service. Everything Sandy said was a lie. And they were everything they have done is in agreement with the contracts they created
just
with the
called her out.
convention.
It was a very basic. Yeah, it was a very basic letter, but it was exactly what we expected from the hotel.
There's a lot of
It also
a lot of talks about the hotel screwing us over. I myself got billed $500 hotel bill, which I prepaid. Many others. A corporation like this, they know the legal holes. They have lawyers. I'm sure they have paperwork somehow screwing us over. They aren't just flat out randomly charging us. I'm sure they have paperwork screwing us over, which we'll trace back to Sandy. We have had emails from Sandy saying she has check stubs, payment records, bank statements or something. And however, until those come to light, they are as transparent as her words. We're going to leave you out. We have 2 interviews with Rico and Kaz. They are 2 other bronies who got screwed with hotel bills. These are interviews from Sunday night at the peak of the drama. You can see how stressed out and devastated, just emotional and distraught they are. If you want to support the musicians, contact Calligraphy. She is Halos Foss' mother. She's helping the musicians out. They got screwed over with hotel bills. They were supposed to have everything comped, and now they got stuck with the bills. They're just young bronies. Many are college students and whatnot. Some traveled from the UK. There's the LasPegasusAssist.com. Lots of cool stuff. It takes you to bronies.com/LPU. Tons of auctions, storyboard, tons of cards. Donated by Interplace. You can check their Facebook. It's legit. And I believe if we aren't missing anything out, we'll go to those interviews. We are Big Bike Girl 5 and FlyingTaco from Bronies for Chaos. We will be around. We will be at future cons. Look us up. Check out our Twitter. Check us out.
Hello everybody, I'm here at Unicon 2013 with Rico, and just wanted to let you guys know what's really happening at Unicon. People are getting screwed over on their hotel rooms because in our packages we were promised that our hotel rooms would be covered. However, at checkout, people like Rico are finding out that that is not the case. Tell them what happened to you.
Basically, I went up there. They told me I had to pay again for a room I already paid before, months ahead of months in advance.
Too pissed.
You're what?
I am too pissed to party.
All right, take it away, Jason.
All right. Hello everybody. I have another person here who got scammed by Sandy from at Las Pegasus Unicon, and just want to let him go ahead and explain his story of what happened to him, as it appears that she would never paid for any of the hotel rooms after we paid her. Go ahead.
All right, so here's what happened. Freaking Sandy was going to pay. By the way, my name's Kaz. I'm freaking Track Beam Online. I'm one of the admins on Military Bronies page, and I try to do the kind of more military brony side of the community and help out with that. But anyway, going back to the con. So Sandy, the primary organizer, supposedly had our money and was going to pay for our rooms when we checked out, right?
Yeah.
So when the attendance wasn't what she needed, to pay for everything. That money that we thought was getting directly debited to the freaking hotel to pay for the rooms was taken and put towards other con costs. So for like the talent or whatever. So our money just went poof. Our money disappeared.
And as soon as they go to check out, they're getting charged again.
Yeah, we're getting double charged.
Yes.
So I paid for this weekend Friday night to Monday morning. It was pretty good. It was $277. That's pretty good for a weekend in Vegas. But the thing is I'm getting charged that additional $277
that you
when I
already
check
paid to
out,
Sandy.
which I already paid.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, screw me, right? Because I mean, just screw me. I'm almost speechless. I mean, it's like.
It is very shocking.
So another thing that's interesting is that not only, I mean, it's like I said, I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know. I'm losing my train of thought here. This is just pissing me off so much.
Yeah, it's been nuts. The Twitter is blowing up. It's very bad. It's a lot worse than most people even expected.
This is blowing up online. Like
yeah.
I was down there, and Sandy with her typical sob story, whatever. I mean, I can understand she went over her head, but I mean, it's affecting the scope of this event and who it's affecting just keeps widening and widening and widening. It's not just the talent now. Now it's just regular bronies, of all demographics, freaking incomes and stuff like that. I mean, some people, we don't have disposable incomes. I mean, we're not, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, this is crazy.
We're not all rich.
We're not all rich, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, many of us bronies saved for months, and now we're double paying.
For months, yeah. I planned for this months and ahead. I freaking paid for this a month and ahead to get a good rate for the hotel, and to make sure it was all booked, all kosher, all clean, all ready to go. And now I'm fucked. So
it's a shame. Well, that is what is really happening at Las Pegasus Unicon. Thank you. Bye bye.